If you like Create This Book and diamond painting, you're in the right place, because today I've got 2 exciting prompts you're gonna want to see. Let's start off with our first prompt. Create clouds. Look out your window and draw the clouds you see. Now, this is gonna be a little bit difficult because my windows are currently bordered up, but I think we can still make this work. Originally, I was gonna make this a custom diamond painting, but because of the hurricane, I had to readjust. So before everything got too bad, I took a trip to my favorite place. I ended up choosing this diamond painting because I loved how the sky was made up of entirely clouds. And I thought the piece was really unique looking, kind of like a Van Gogh painting. There are tons of diamond paintings of clouds, but I thought this one was really unique and beautiful. I also like the fact that the clouds are the focal point, but everything else around it is also just as gorgeous. I've never seen clouds drawn in such a unique way. So I'm really excited to add this piece to our book. This canvas is 16 by 20 inches and has 35 colors. And our book is, well, a lot smaller than that. So I had to trim off the excess and I'll use the rest of the canvas later. But for now, let's just get started diamond painting. So funny enough, this diamond painting actually does kind of resemble my backyard. I'd say the only difference is I have a fence. But since that's not the focal point, I'm not too concerned about it. I think this prompt can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. It can be pretty straightforward, draw the clouds that you see. Or you can make it a little bit more interesting and draw the things that you see in the clouds. Regardless, when doing this prompt, I really wanted my clouds to look interesting. Plus, by the time I was actually doing this diamond painting, the entire sky over here was really just all clouds, and there wasn't too much to be seen in them. This is my second time doing this prompt. I did it originally as a regular Create This Book page a few months ago, and I also did it on a rainy day as well. So again, there wasn't too much to be seen, but I've always really liked this prompt because in general, I do like looking up at the sky and seeing what I can find in the clouds. I actually like this diamond painting so much that I originally was going to do a 2-piece spread. I didn't want the picture to be only clouds. I did want to have some context of where we were in the world. I still kind of wanted it to look like a backyard because if I look out my windows, normally what I would see is obviously the ground and the sky. So I wanted to get those both in the picture. Before the storm hit, I actually had a lot more plans when it came to this diamond painting. I really wanted to make it look like it was through some type of window pane, but because of all the chaos that is setting up for a hurricane, I just didn't have the time. I've lived in Florida my entire life, so I'm used to extreme weather. However, there was something about this hurricane in particular. When I first heard the name Hurricane Milton, there was fear in my heart. I don't know what it was, but I swore that this would be the one to take me out. I was terrified. It might have had something to do with the fact that it was coming directly to me, directly through my town. Now, without doxing myself, I wasn't the first stop on this hurricane's journey, but let me tell you, if I was, I would have been gone. G-O-N-E, gone, okay? The nearest beach is about 30 minutes from me, and I've never had to evacuate for a hurricane, but this one I would have. But because of this hurricane, I was trying to finish this diamond painting before it hit because I needed time to prepare. Thank God everything over here turned out fine. We didn't even lose power for an extended period of time. So for us, it was just kind of a scary experience. My heart goes out to anybody who was really affected by these hurricanes recently. I'll put some links down below for some resources that can help. And if you didn't see my community post from last week, I am so sorry I had to miss a video. I'm working super hard to be consistent on this channel. I absolutely hate disappointing people who genuinely support me and enjoy my videos. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who did see my post and comment encouraging, kind words. It really meant so much to me, and I appreciate every single one of you. I will say on the flip side, I really enjoyed my small break. Despite being terrified for the majority of it, I actually was able to enjoy the rest of the weekend after the hurricane. And it was my birthday. We ended up having to cancel my plans for the weekend, but I still really enjoyed my time inside with my loved ones. Bologna and I even worked on a new diamond painting that I'm so excited for you guys to see. This was his first time ever diamond painting, and he's straight up addicted. Like, he's asked me every single day to diamond paint. Now that our diamond painting is finished, we can add it to the book. I always use double-sided adhesive on the back of the canvas, and now I'm gonna add our diamond painting log as well as the prompt. I gave this page 5 stars because I loved this diamond painting. I think it's so beautiful, and I wish I had room to fit the entire thing in my book. Now let's move on to our second prompt. For our second prompt, I decided on this page. Create a spinner. Use a spinner to help you make a choice. Okay, so first let's start off with a circle. The spinner in the book has 10 sections, and I decided to only go with 6. And that's for a very particular reason. And I'll let you know why in just a second. First, let's go ahead and prep our wheel. I'm going to be using double-sided tape to adhere the drills to the front of our makeshift diamond painting. These are the drills I'll be using for the spinner. As you can see, there are 6 colors. That's why I chose a 6-spinner wheel. Also, I'm already so indecisive, there's no way I need 10 options. 6 will do. I bought these drills off Amazon a long time ago, but I haven't found any particular use for them. In the back of my head, I always wanted to use these drills for this spinner, but since these drills are a little bit different, I wasn't sure how it would turn out. I don't know exactly what type of drills these are, but they're not your average diamond painting drill. For one, they go from smallest to largest, which in this case will actually really help me with this diamond painting. I'm starting with the largest diamond to do the borders, and if I need to fill it in with any smaller pieces, I'll do that. I've always wanted to do this page in my Create This book, and I think that's because this page involves more of a craft. And personally, I like crafting a lot more than I like drawing. That's why I came up with this idea for Create This book, because I really enjoy all the prompts that Moriah Elizabeth came up with, but I wanted a way to utilize them in a way that I would enjoy. So when I finally got the hang of diamond painting, I thought that this would be the perfect idea. I'm not really sure what these diamonds are used for, but it wasn't until I went to actually go to use them is when I realized the packaging they're in is not very helpful. I ended up having to scoop them out with a piece of washi tape because if I poured them, they would all pour out. So there was no real way to get them out easily. I mean, it looks kind of funny, but it worked, and it was a lot faster to do it this way. For these drills, I decided to use the biggest ones possible and then fill in the smaller sections with the smaller drills. And thank goodness I did, because there was actually a lot of gaps. That was my biggest concern when I first started laying drills on this paper. There was still a lot of white shown, and I really wanted it to look cohesive. I wanted it to look like mostly gems with not a whole lot of white spaces in between. I wish I had some type of mica powder to fill in the drills in between, but since I didn't have that, I went with the next best thing, which was to use the smaller drills. I was afraid that this would make it look a lot more messy, but I didn't have to use that many small drills, and it ended up looking really nice. I love the way it came out. So, like all of my projects, I really never know what I'm doing until it comes to that section. But one thing I knew for sure was that I wanted these drills at all costs. But if I were to use the spinner and actually flick it, there was a good chance the gems would be in the way of the spinner. So I would have to find a way around it. And I'm gonna do so by using this thing. I cut the end off of a Q-tip, and for the base, I glued together a piece of paper and a washer. That way, instead of making the arrow spin, I would make the entire diamond painting spin. I tested it out to see if it would spin, then I got the correct measurements and hot glued the base to the paper. I waited for the hot glue to dry and then put the wheel back onto the spinner to see if my plan would actually work. I had to be careful not to glue the diamond painting to the book or else it wouldn't spin. Afterwards, I cut off the extra Q-tip and placed a small amount of hot glue on the tip. I covered the top of the Q-tip with a solid black arrow, careful not to touch any of the rhinestones or else it might not spin anymore. Now that the heart part is over, we can decorate. I glued in my diamond painting log and then added the prompt above the spinner. This is definitely my favorite page so far. I love how both of these pages came out, but this one's definitely my favorite. And that's all I have time for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! If you enjoyed this video, here's another one I know you'll enjoy as well.